on our way back to the quarterback, and that philosophy works for them very well.
This is fielded at the 27. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Watch the screen.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards. You think back to the Super Bowl against New England, the Rams never even got into the red zone in that game, and now here they are in the red zone on their opening drive with a 1st down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hey, zoom. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, check, check. Mike.
After the run, Goff going to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball.
He goes down. Dante Fowler coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Breeze to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
Mike, ready? You ready? Hey, kill!
The 2nd-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
I'm going to run you over.
Now a first down throw. Gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Go. At the 32-yard line. Wide, get wide. 36.
Throwing again on second down. Goff. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Switch it. DC.
On first down, it's gone. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Tiger. Hey, Echo. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. 11. 11. Coming out to you. Turbo set.
From the gun, here's Goff. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Mike 20. Mike 5-4. Man out.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On second down, it's Jones. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
He's checking. Crash. 12.
Here's Breeze, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Hey, wahoo! He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Hey, alert 3.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Hey, exit. Spike 56. I smell fear in that offense.
Gone. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. A.J. Klein. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down when they're that backed up. You've got to be careful going after them.
On the toss, it's Gurley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Let's go, D. Nice cut.
On first down, gone. And Woods has it complete. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Rick Flair. X3. 218. Chopper. 52.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Second and goal from the 1.
Check, 47. Shell. Recon, 132 fighter. Check. Hey, switch gears.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. Down Los Angeles. Todd Gurley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Out is and send this one away.
The Saints take over.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation.
He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play.
First down, Saints.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Begin. Watch that. Slam.
36.
5.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ronald Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are back within a single score. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Lutz good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
At the 28-yard line.
Hard ball. Mike's 54. Now watch run.
On 2nd and 7, Goff. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Check Mike 54. Maverick Wall. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
180. 2 for 1. Bravo. Check. Crunch. Mike's 5-4. Let's go heavy. Tell me what you got.
Goff on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right. That's caught inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Check! Check! Maverick! Watch twist! Watch twist!
Throwing on third. Goff. Flushed out right. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Zerline's kick is up and through. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Get ready! Get ready! Get ready!
Their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Check safety! Check safety! Check! Field kill!
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 13! Check 13!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 99! 22 jet bomber! 22 jet bomber! Slam!
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Penny, 95, 56. Single. Check 13. Check 13. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Kill. 24 is the mic.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Let's see what you got. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Check Mike 54.
Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Woods, the intended receiver.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Okay, double up. Switch.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Hey, Charlie.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Clay Matthews able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. The final shot before half for Breeze. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 39-yard line.
Val, you won. You go tight.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to throw, Goff. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Check curl, check curl. 76. 76. Hey, box drop. I'm coming after you. 54 is Mike.
Now Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
76.
Now Goff on first down. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Malcolm Brown, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. but I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
0-2.
Now this time, Breeze will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here we go.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. And got his man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta. 6 guys. Over. 6 guys. Slam.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Rick Flair, 2 for 66.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second.
From the 44, Goff. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked into the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
20! And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ronald Jones, 45 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads. Lutz with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Gurley again here on 1st down. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 33-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Super one. Super. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. All right.
Now it's gone. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A huge play that time for the Rams. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. What'd you say, 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the rookie from Washington, Tanner Rapp, who picked it. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and is coming to the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't...
And my goodness, another interception. It's the rookie from Washington, Tanner Rapp, who picked it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Maverick.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Great start to the 2nd quarter, better than 30 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ronald Jones, 75 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last two drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side.
Watch twist. Watch the
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Goff throwing complete to Kupp. They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11th, torn ACL, out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his second NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Under 10.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Break it down, fellas. Break it Kill. Easy, opposite.
Throwing now is Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And now here is another interception. Breeze picked up by his nemesis, Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a short return to the 6-yard line. After the interception, here's Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now third down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on third down, Goff. Going up top for Kupp. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Shotgun now for Breeze. And my goodness, another interception. Breeze picked up by his nemesis, Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Saints take over. Let's go, baby. At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Ready? You kill.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Los Angeles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the